Hello, I'm Dr. Jack Hinderman.
And I'm Dr. Jenny Leist.
And we're your family's chiropractor in Dubuque, Iowa. And today, well, I guess this week, yeah.
It's
Birthday week, we're celebrating chiropractic's 120 years since its founding by Dr. D. Palmer in Davenport, Iowa. Dr. Jenny here had found a quote, a testimonial, if you will, that was probably printed in one of the Davenport papers at the time. It would have been 1896.
1896.
1896. Not very good at math at the end of the day here, but so should we tell them a little bit about the first adjustment before you read it, or should you just kind of read it first? What do you think?
I don't know. I can read it first. So this is by the Harvey Lillard, who was adjusted by Dr. D. Palmer for the first adjustment. It says, I was deaf 17 years and I expected to always remain so, for I had doctored a great deal without any benefit. I had long ago made up my mind to not take any more ear treatments, for it did me no good. Last January, Dr. Palmer told me that my deafness came from an injury to my spine. This was news to me, but it was a fact that my back was injured at the time I went deaf. Dr. Palmer treated me on the spine. In 2 treatments, I could hear quite well. That was 8 months ago. My hearing remains good. Harvey Lillard.
That's pretty cool, isn't it?
There's actually a letter at Palmer where he had heard, like, it talks about him hearing the wheels on the streets when they had carriages back then, and he heard the wheels on the cobblestone streets for the first time in years, which was awesome.
I really now that you say that, I think I have seen that there.
He heard his wife's voice for the first time in years too.
After that, did he ask Dee to put him back the way he was? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
No, probably not. You know, it's just like music to your ears.
Yep.
So anyway, that's how it all started. Wow, who would have thought, right? Here we are 120 years later, and a growing number of people are utilizing chiropractic to restore health, which is awesome. We still have quite a few out there that think it's, neck and back pain. But think about what these chiropractors have gone through. I mean, early on, there was, 760? 760, I think, is the number. 760 jailed chiropractors prior to the licensing of chiropractic as its own separate and distinct license. And they were getting charged for practicing medicine. Without a license. And, clearly what a chiropractor does and what a medical physician was doing today and back then.
Absolutely different things.
Totally different things. In fact, up until about the 50s, chiropractic was pretty well known for taking care of more of like organic problems, health issues, mainly medical failures, people that pretty much didn't have any other options and weren't getting anywhere in medicine and decided to give chiropractic a try. Anyway, I got another interesting article here that I just want to share that back in 1917, 1918, there was a really huge event that happened worldwide, and through this tragedy, a lot of states decided to start licensing chiropractors. Mm-hmm. So, and that tragedy was the big influenza epidemic. Yeah, the Spanish flu of 1917 and in 1918. And I believe there was up to, let's see what, I think it says in here, I want to say
100 million or something deaths.
Worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
And I think there was 500,000
in America.
In the United States alone. Yeah. So here's some interesting statistics though, because I mean, they were taking medical records from all these cases. In Davenport, Iowa alone, there were 50 medical doctors that took care of 4,953 influenza cases, and 274 of those died, which is what's the number there? 1 in 15.
Yep.
I read the wrong stat. No, I didn't. Okay, they don't have. Anyway. So anyway, there was 274 deaths. And at that same time, again, we're talking in Davenport, Iowa, there was 150 chiropractors, including students in the faculty at Palmer School of Chiropractic, and they treated 1,635 cases of influenza with only 1 death. So that's a pretty staggering number. We look at the entire state of Iowa, and those under medical care, the medical doctor lost 1 patient out of every 15, and at the same time, the chiropractors, they were one patient died out of every 789. So the chiropractors in Iowa only lost 6 people throughout that period of time.
That's awesome.
It's pretty amazing, isn't it? And I've heard stories of chiropractors, like generational chiropractors, like father-son combos,
Where they took care of like pneumonia.
where that's all they did
Yeah.
was take care of pneumonia. That was their entire practice, was taking care of flu and pneumonia and things like that. So I mean, those are pretty cool statistics. I mean, we look at apparently Davenport, Iowa, at the Palmer School. That's obviously where the best of the best were.
There
If
was
we look at the
students
numbers.
and doctors taking care of people.
Yeah.
And not losing half as many.
But think of the era. Think of the time.
Yeah.
That was a school that was very principled, and they were only finding They were only finding subluxation and adjusting it, and that's the only thing they did. And they used whatever technologies they had available to try to find that subluxation and correct it. Where a lot of the other schools, they were starting to waver from those foundational principles. So there was literally 1 in 1,635 cases, only 1 died. Whereas we look at the rest of the country, and we have amazing numbers here for the National Fingers of Chiropractic. Nationally, the chiropractors did pretty good. 46,394 patients with the flu in 1918, and they only lost 54.
That's huge.
Yeah, so that's 1 out of 886. Whereas, if we just compared that to, again, the medical count of, is it 1 in 15? It's staggering. It's staggering to see these. One last thing on the influenza, because I know we're starting to get a little long here, but hey, it's our history here, okay? So thanks for hanging in there and loving our history. Hopefully you're loving it, because I'm freaking loving it.
We love it.
I'm loving it. So then on the flip side of that, down in Oklahoma, it talks about how Oklahoma, there is clear records showing that chiropractors were called in on 233 cases where medical doctors had cared for the patients and finally gave up as lost. And the chiropractors saved all of the lost except for 25. So they were able to, those were 233 people that were more than likely going to die. Mm-hmm. And, they saved
all but 25.
All but 25 of them. It's awesome. So, woohoo, chiropractic. I wish everybody knew that about what we do.
That we're not back pain. We never were.
Well, we help with that just as much as we help with everything else. Because we really work on helping the body work better. Again, life is expressed and experienced through the nerve system. It happens no other way. I keep showing that. I don't even know how high up you can see it, but it's a pretty cool painting. Thanks, Rick. You're awesome. Right?
Yep.
Yeah. Awesome, Rick. Okay, so, and I guess that's pretty much all we need to talk about, right? Why not go out with a bang? That was pretty good.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Chiropractic. If you have any questions about chiropractic, or even better yet, if you do not have a chiropractor and you would love to get your spine and nervous system checked to see how we could possibly help you and your family achieve the level of health that you might only be able to really hope for, but maybe we can give you a better strategy than hope, right? Hope's not a good strategy.
Action.
Action.
We want action.
We want action. Hope's not a good strategy. Obama proved that, right? 'Cause that was his campaign, right? Hope? Wasn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Hope for
I'm not a
change or
hater.
something.
I'm not a hater. I'm just saying, hope is, whatever. Not a good strategy for change. So, at any rate, again, if you want to give us a call at 556-6921, send us hate letters about what I just said about hope. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You can find us on the web as well. Join our circles on Google. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, and then that way you get
Like
these
us on
videos.
Facebook?
Like us on Facebook.
Send happy birthday messages to Dr. Jack on Wednesday too.
You don't need to do that. Friday is Chiropractic's birthday.
It is.
Again, I'm Dr. Jack Hinderman,
And I'm Dr. Jenny Leist.
and we look forward to connecting with you soon.